sun rises in the east, casting her dim light upon us. Then she rises to the top of our heads, getting warmer and brighter. Then she sets in the west, getting dimmer and cooler. Throughout the day, we witness the manifestations of the different beautiful colors of the sky. Then at night, the evening star and the moon rise in the east. And before the break of dawn, the morning star rises, quickly followed by the rising star, the rising sun. How many of you in this room wonder how this phenomenon works? Mr. Toastmaster of the afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, many people and civilizations have tried to explain how this phenomenon works. They have come up with different models at different times to illustrate this continuous cycle. Today I'm here to present to you the three popular models used to explain the movements of the heavenly bodies, including the Earth. And the first model is the flat Earth model, the second model is the geocentric model, and the third is the heliocentric model. The first model of our cosmos dates back to the time of antiquity, roughly about 8,000 years ago. And this model is the flat Earth model. The flat Earth model considers the inhabited Earth to be around a circular, plane-shaped flat surface. And this surface has circular edges that if you could actually find it, you could fall off the Earth. The ancient Egyptians modeled their cosmos by personifying the different elements as gods. For them, the Earth was a flat expanse of land personified by the god Geb, which lay at the bottom. And over the Earth, the sky goddess Nut arches more or less in a rectangular shape. And in between, we find Shu, the god of air, separating the Earth and the sky. And above the sky, the sun god Ra, carrying the sun on his head, sails on a boat, rising in the east and descending into the underworld in the west. The flat Earth model was also popular in ancient Mesopotamia. They considered the Earth to be a flat continental mass surrounded by ocean. And the sky was made up of three bowls, one above the other. And below the Earth resides the underworld. And all three, the sky, the Earth, and the underworld, float in the endless heavenly ocean. In ancient India, they had quite different model for the cosmos. As the old lady in the Toastmaster Addis table topic said, the Earth was a flat expanse of land that rests on four giant elephants, who in turn stand on an enormous turtle. And this turtle, carrying the elephants and the Earth, swims around in the endless ocean we call the universe. The flat Earth model was popular up until the 6th century BC in the Western world. In the 6th century BC, Pythagoras, the Greek mathematician and philosopher, suggested that the Earth was spherical. But it was not until 240 BC that it was proven by Aristophanes of Alexandria, who calculated the Earth's circumference with 98% precision. He calculated the Earth's circumference using two sticks, vertical sticks at two different points, one at Alexandria and one at Aswan. And at noon, when the sun is overhead, the stick at Aswan didn't project any shadow, while the stick at Alexandria projected a shadow at 7 degrees. So this is how he used to calculate the circumference. So back at the 6th century BC, the geocentric model was concocted, assuming that all heavenly bodies were spherical like the Earth. And this model, the geocentric model, places the Earth at the center, and all heavenly bodies revolve around it. First we find the moon, then we find the planet Mercury, then we find the planet Venus, and after that we find the sun, in this model. Then we find the planet Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Despite its popularity, the geocentric model failed to explain why the position at which the sun and moon rise vary throughout the year. So in 270 BC, Aristoteles of Samos came up with the heliocentric model. And heliocentric, the word heliocentric is derived from the Greek words helios, which means sun, and kentron, which means center. So Aristoteles' idea was that the Earth was only a center for the moon, but it was not a center for the sun. Instead, the Earth revolved around the sun in a circular orbit while spinning on its own axis. During the time of Aristoteles, of course, his model didn't get much recognition until the Renaissance period. In 1543 AD, Nicholas Copernicus published a book. In his book, he illustrated the universe in a heliocentric model. His book was titled On the Revolutions of the Heavenly Sphere. And in 1690 AD, Johannes Kepler suggested that all planets revolve in a spherical orbit around the sun. I mean, in an elliptical orbit around the sun. And after studying the different data collected in the planet Mars movements, he came up with the 3 laws of planetary motion, which are also known as Kepler's laws of planetary motion. And his first law suggests that all planets revolve around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun at one of the foci points. The second one is that a line connecting the planet and the sun sweeps an equal amount of area in an equal amount of time. And the third one states that the square of the orbital period is directly proportional to the semi-major axis of the orbit. So I ask you again, how many of you in this room wonder how our cosmos works? Is it a flat, plain surface with deadly edges to avoid? Is the Earth a ball of dirt, which is the center of the universe? Or do we live on a planet that revolves around a massive star? The answer depends on our imagination. Our reasoning depends on our observation. The ancient people came up with mythical explanations to describe our world. The Hellenistic people tried to use science to come up with a mathematical model for the universe. And the Renaissance men remodeled the solar system by disproving the model of the Hellenistic people. Today, we peer into giant telescopes, both on land and in space. We peer in this telescope searching for answers to the endless questions about the universe. And I tell you, the search will continue. Mr. Toastmaster there.